Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Steam Next Fest has kicked off, and I want to take a little bit of time to highlight some games that really caught my attention. I wasn't really planning on spending too much time with this, but there's a lot of games that definitely have piqued my interest. I'm actually downloading a few right now, so I just want to go through a couple of these games I'd already knew about. I did not know they were going to be a part of Next Fest, so we'll talk about that. A couple of my buddies sent me some games as well that they found interesting, so cover those, and we'll talk about them. And also, got some pretty good PC game deals to go over at the end of this video. One deal on GOG, couple deals on Green Man Gaming, and then I'll let you guys know about that. But first up, yes, Steam Next Fest is live right now. Now, if you don't know, this is an event that Steam runs, I believe, like a couple times a year, maybe like quarterly, and it's a lot of demos. They note hundreds of demos and a ton of live streams of these games being played. Obviously, usually, there's not, like, super notable games. Like, we're not talking, you know, upcoming games that are hotly anticipated. Like, there's not an Elden Ring demo or anything like that, and that game's out in a couple of days. It's pretty much done. But some of these games are fairly notable titles, so let's talk about a couple of them right away. Boundary is a game that I've been keeping tabs on for a little bit. Every time information drops on this game, I look into it, and then, you know, I've been hearing about it for a while, and it is supposed to come out in 2022, but if you guys don't know, Boundary, as noted on the Steam page, a multiplayer tactical space-based shooter game engaging in fierce team versus Team Zero gravity firefights and executing low-gravity operations on orbiting space installations against other enemies, astro operators, and other entities. The game visually looks stunning. GPU requirements are kind of, I mean, they're fine. Recommended is i5 7600K, Ryzen 7 2700K, and then an NVIDIA RTX 2060. So that's not like crazy or anything like that. And that's recommended. Minimum you can get by with an i5 4430 and a GTX 1060. But the visually, the game does look quite good. There is a demo available for this, and hopefully, with the demo being out, this game is hopefully making solid progress, and we'll see a release on it soon. But that's one that I've been eyeing. I'm downloading it literally as we speak. So, yeah, that'll be one I check out. Another game, I had not known about this game, but it caught my eye, and that is Silt. Dive into Silt's harrowing ocean abyss and unravel long-forgotten mystery, explore the dangerous waters, possess sea creatures, and solve puzzles to travel deeper into the darkness. Right away, I think a lot of people are going to have the same thought that I did. Definitely getting some Limbo vibes from this, and that's definitely a good thing. I mean, Playdead's Limbo is one of those games that's an iconic, you know, indie title, downloadable game, one of the early downloadable titles, but honestly, getting a bit of, Limbo, and then getting a bit of, like, it crossed with, like, Abzu or something like that. Interesting, because it does look to be more of an atmospheric game. It is, like, underwater and whatnot, so that's where I kind of get the Abzu, reference, but, Limbo, definitely from a presentation and stylistic standpoint, Limbo all day, getting that vibe heavily from the game, but, it also notes nature has evolved into bizarre forms, discover strange organisms, unexplored ruins, and ancient machinery hidden beneath the water's surface, survive encounters with giant deep-sea Goliaths, harness their power to awaken a long-dormant force at the center of the abyss, and experience art brought to life. Silt's unsettling monochrome world is constructed from the sketches and dark imagination of artist Mr. Mead. A harrowing journey awaits you. Definitely a more trippy game. It is scheduled for a release pretty soon, spring of 2022, so this might be out sooner than you think, but a demo available for this as well. Another game that has been on my radar recently, and that is Scathe. I believe this saw its official announcement not too long ago. Well, at the very least, it came to my attention very recently. Scathe is an intense, blood-soaked FPS where quick reflexes are the key to surviving the bullet hell labyrinth that stands between you and your ascension. Rip through the underworld's deadliest demons and collect the hellstones with drop-in, drop-out online co-op gameplay. Now, drop-in, drop-out online co-op sounds great, but right away, when you look at this game, what do you get vibes of? I'm getting Doom vibes all day long from this one. Looks to be relatively gory, looks to be fast-paced, action-heavy. Right up my alley, as I loved Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. It notes no ordinary FPS take on relentless bullet hell-fueled combat with deadly projectiles and countless demons at every turn. Utilize Scade's incredible speed to smash through your enemies and incoming fire. A lot of weapons look to be featured as well. You got wild bow blades in there. So, yeah, definitely another one that I think is going to be right up your guys' alley. Also, demo available for Far Changing Tides. This is actually the follow-up to Far Lone Sails, and the game is scheduled for release on March 1st, so this is right around the corner. Thought I would mention that if you guys do have any interest in that game. You know, another atmospheric game here. Notes an atmospheric vehicle adventure that follows the emotional journey of a boy and his ship as he embarks on a voyage to find a new home. The original game, Lone Sails, was pretty well received. This one's going for a little bit of a different vibe to it. More of a desolate setting, seen in Far Lone Sails. Changing Tide swaps sun-scorched dusty plains for stormy skies and high seas. So that's right around the corner. That'll be dropping on March 1st. Another one that kind of stood out to me, Ixion, authorized by DOLOS AEC. You will guide the space station onwards in a perilous journey to find a new home for humanity. Station infrastructure, population management, exploration, survival. These responsibilities fall to you. Will you find hope out there in the dark? Good luck administrating. Now, this is a city builder, a strategy city builder. Not really my cup of tea, but I know that a lot of people are into these games. And I did love City Skylines, but you know, not the genre that I tend to go to all the time. But visually, the game looks quite good. And yeah, another one that I imagine a lot of you guys would be into it. Recommended requirements for this one are pretty hefty at a GTX 2060, RTX 2060, i7 4790, or a Ryzen 3 3200G. In the case of the other games, they're all relatively tame to run. Scade, you're looking at a GTX 1070. And Silt, of course, not too difficult to run a GTX 1650. Honestly, seems a little bit higher than I would expect, but that shouldn't be too difficult to run at all. And then lastly, I do want to give a note to Core Keeper. Explore an endless cavern of creatures, relics, and resources in a mining sandbox adventure for 1 to 8 players. Mine, build, fight, craft, and farm to unravel the mystery of the ancient core. This one is also seeing a release very soon, March 8th. So this is right around the corner as well, and I could see some people being into this one. It is coming to early access on March 8th, so that is something to note, but another one I wanted to give a mention to. Yeah, so a lot of interesting titles here. Maybe, like, Next Fest is always like this, and I just have not given it as much attention, but I checked it out. Man, Boundary and Scathe right off the top, those are games that completely interest me. And then Silt, again, Limbo vibes, that's a super positive thing in my eyes. So yeah, some interesting titles to check out if you are looking to try out some demos. All right. Lastly, let's talk some game deals that are available right now. We'll hit this real quick since we're going kind of long. BioShock The Collection over at Green Man Gaming, $10.20 as a part of their 2K game sale. BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite, 3 great games. BioShock Infinite, in my opinion, is a masterclass in first-person shooter game design. I think that game was tremendous, and I love the setting shift in that game versus BioShock 1 and 2. BioShock 1, obviously excellent as well. BioShock 2, not quite as good as the other two, but still very good in its own right. XCOM 2 Collection is $11.05. This includes XCOM 2 and A War of the Chosen. On top of that, a bunch of DLC. This is ideally the version of the game you buy. I know, like, you can get the original XCOM 2, the base game, for like, what, $5-6, but War of the Chosen does add quite a bit. You know, if you're into tactics, strategy titles, XCOM is going to be right up your alley. And again, a genre that I wasn't and am still not completely hot on, but XCOM Enemy Unknown definitely brought me into this franchise, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought XCOM 2 was a nice step forward. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, 72% off for $8.41. This Definitive Edition itself is nothing to write home about, but Mafia 2, I think, is a fantastic game. In my opinion, the strongest of the 3 Mafia titles, and I think the majority of people would agree with me. Obviously, Mafia 3 took the franchise more to an open world, but I think Mafia 2, while it's not, like, completely linear, it's mostly linear, and I think that benefits the game. It keeps it more having a direction, and I thought it was a very, very good game. You know, visually, it doesn't hold up incredibly well, given that it came out back in, like, the original game came out back in, like, 2010, I want to say, so it's been a while, but it still looks fine. And you get a solid narrative, pretty good gameplay, $8.41 I think is a good buy for that. And then lastly, over on GOG, so this is a DRM free copy, the Green Man Gaming games are a Steam key. Shadow Warrior, 90% off for $3.99. Great buy. You guys probably see gameplay of Shadow Warrior 2 quite a bit on this channel. It's a fantastic game, and Shadow Warrior 1 was very good as well. Super fast-paced, action-heavy, like a slick game that you can kind of mentally unchecked jump in and have a good time with, so $4 for that is really good. And Shadow Warrior 3 is right around the corner, so yeah, why not get yourself into the franchise? But that's gonna do it for me. Again, spent a little bit more time than I had initially expected on the Steam Next Fest titles. covering those. Like, these are just a couple that piqued my interest right away. They're among the top that were listed. I still need to go through it, and I want to spend time and actually look through a lot of these games, because there's a game like Neon White, a single-player speedrunning FPS that looks quite good. Super slick art style, and yeah. You know, we have a limited amount of time. It's only 7 days, so you can only check out so many of them, but a couple pretty cool ones, and yeah, some good deals as well. Links to everything in the description box below, but that's going to do it for me. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button, so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.